Hi, my name is Gene Black, and today I'm going to be showing you how to cut bias binding from a piece of fabric so that your quilt edges and your binding will be more durable, and also your binding experience will be more pleasant because it's easier to sew on bias binding than straight cut binding. So let's get started. I've taken my piece of fabric, I've already straightened the edge so that I have a nice straight edge. Then what I'm going to do is take my selvage and fold it up to my straightened edge, get it nice and neat. Then I'm just going to hand press this edge. Then you take this is your bias edge. So we'll take our bias edge and fold it back onto itself. Be sure to get that nice and neat. You want it as close as possible so your bias is the same. Then if you need to fold again, you always fold the bias edge onto itself. So we will fold that one more time. Get it nice and neat. Then turn this so you can cut. We'll do the first cut from this side and then we'll flip the fabric around. What you want to do on this first cut is cut off all these folded edges. Some people cut it really close. I want to make sure that I get rid of enough of it that I don't have to do it again. So here we go. You start with your hand here and you're going to walk it up your ruler. That keeps your fabric nice and firm. So we will start here, start cutting up to the end. This part is discarded. It's a thin bias strip. Then what I normally do is take this, holding these edges so that they stay together, and flip my fabric around to start cutting my bias strips. You cut from this edge, which is now a bias cut, and make your strips as wide as you want them. I go for a 2.5 inch bias strip. I find it easiest to put on. That's my preference. If yours is smaller, if you like a thinner strip, cut it thinner. If you like it wider, cut it wider. 2.5 works great for me. So I make my first cut, again walking my hand up the ruler. I've got my first bias strip here. Then I just measure again, line up my ruler, which I'm having difficulty with. Okay, get it nice and straight. One hint, and I did not do this, I should have for your, but take some painter's tape and mark this line so that you know exactly where you're going. It'll speed your work. Cut our second bias strip. Notice I didn't walk my hand and my fabric wanted to walk. Okay, I did not get all the way through there, so I'm going to very carefully see how bad I can mess this up. I think I got it a little crooked. It'll survive. It'll still be usable. It won't be the best. So let's cut one more. And what you would do is continue to cut until you get your entire bias, as much bias as you need. And I do not know how to figure that out. I usually cut way too much. You can always use it to bind something smaller. Let's see if I got that out of the way that time. Excellent. Now, if you have done this correctly, you'll notice that there are two strips here. This one still has the selvage on it. And what I normally do is just line up neatly. You actually have some angle lines on your ruler, hopefully. And this is the wrong ruler for that, so I won't use it. But I want to cut this the same angle as the edge. And I will cut that off so that my selvage doesn't end up in my bias binding. Now, when you have cut all of these, see if I can get this, believe it or not, they will match up. Here we go. See how they match up perfectly? Now what you will do at this point, I'm going to move this so you can see it better. When you go to the sewing machine, you will put this like this, and you're going to leave roughly 1/4 inch of the point And this point's not showing because the background, it matches. But you want roughly 1/4 inch of the point off. Then you're going to sew a 1/4 inch seam right here. When you unfold that after it's sewn, your bias strip will come out perfect. So, that's how you cut your bias binding quick and easy and make your quilt edges with your binding more durable and easier to put on. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed that.